Yep.
Hey, how y'all doing, baby? It's number 2 of the Blue Dot Family Reunion, and I'm hoping we get this thing going a little bit better every time we do it. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. I hope you treated your sweetie good today and gave him an extra little sweet smooch, or her, or whoever your significant other is. I hope that you threw her a kiss no matter where she is, baby. And so, anyway, I got my MSD Strong shirt on today because we don't want to forget that it's not just Valentine's Day today. It is the 1-year anniversary of the shooting at the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, where we lost 17 young lives that day. And it's still a national tragedy that has not been addressed. And so I wanted to show my support today. And let's not forget what happened on this day, because a lot of people up in our house would just as soon let it go by the wayside, and we can't do that. It's part of our DNA, I guess, to keep pushing for the justice of that. Anyway, what in the world is going on? We're going to do another conversation with our Blue Dot family. I already have, let me see, wait a minute. I want to check something here. All right. Getting my shit together. Anyway, on the phone with us tonight is Dennis Valadez. He is a Blue Dot family member out of San Antonio, Texas. Hello, Dennis.
How's it going there, John?
It's going great, buddy. Dennis is one of the people that joins us on our Discord channel. When I do my rants, I record them down in my shop, and I turn on the Discord channel, and Dennis is one of the people that I get to talk to before the show and after the show, and they critique me. Dennis is the one that reminds me to hit the button, and I appreciate that, Dennis.
No problem.
It took a little training there. Tell people who you are, or whatever you want to tell them about you. Dennis also joins us on Bob Kincaid's show on Friday on the Front Porch too. So Dennis has been using his voice.
Yeah, I'm not really much one of a talker, but after seeing your show and the catastrophe, or whatever you want to call it, the orange being in the White House, it's angered me, and I feel like I need to speak up.
Well, I appreciate that I was a partner in that. I've tried. Oh, I don't know what it is what I've always said. It is I want to shake the pom-poms. I want to dance on my head. I don't care what I have to do to get people to recognize exactly what's happening in this country. I mean, we're on the verge of a national disaster right now.
I absolutely agree with that, especially with the news in the past couple of days. It's frightening.
Well, he's going to declare a national emergency tonight, I guess. He's going to sign the bill, $333 billion spending bill, and he's got no choice. He can't let the government shut down again. He'll take it right on the chin, baby. You know. So he's going to go for the national emergency. And I don't, it's, it wasn't an emergency last year or the year before when he had control of the House and the Senate, and he was offered money in a deal. He's backed off from the $25 billion he was going to get to what is he getting this time? He's getting 1.3 or 4 billion for, and here's the language in the bill: primary pedestrian fencing. That's the term they came up with. Donnie wanted the word wall, but it became a primary pedestrian fencing. So we're gonna build some of that, I reckon. So, did I lose you?
I'm still with you, John.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, I think we just dipped out of signal there for just a little bit.
Yeah, I can hear me too well.
Too well?
Too well. I don't know what that is, but here's the kicker tonight. Joe Riddle was going to join us tonight. Joe Riddle is the page manager over at the New News. Joe comes out live on his show all the time and talks and shit. And Joe, I don't think he got his, he's not where an internet location. But if you're out there, Joe, feel free to call in, buddy. And that's the thing I'm going to put out there tonight. For you people that have my Skype ID, give a call, baby. We're right here. That's what we're going to be trying to do with this. So if I know I have a list of people that have my Skype number now. So if you want to join in on the conversation tonight, have free. Call us up and we'll talk. But
until we get an old school landline again.
Yeah. There's so much that we got to do. We have to get a mixer, so we. Am I echoing, or am I just hearing myself?
Slight little bit.
Let me see. Yeah, I'm trying.
Sounds
to fix
like
that.
I'm echoing somewhere.
I think
I'm
what you did
down.
was you fixed our headphone output a little bit too well.
Oh, well, that's me, baby. When I fix something, I fix it too good.
Yeah.
I can mend everything from a broken heart to the crack of dawn.
Here, is
baby.
that easier for you?
Well, now I can. Yeah, I can hear myself talk, but I don't hear myself in the headphones. Dennis, you still there?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay,
And
that
if John
works for
can't
me.
fix it, it's not broken.
That's right,
There you
baby.
go.
Anything. That's what old welders do. That's what we always say. I can mend anything from broken heart to crack of dawn, baby. If it's broken, I can fix it. And when you own a house and ain't got money to call repairmen, you learn a whole lot of trades. Let me tell you, baby. Owning a house, I always think that movie, The Money Pit. There's always something broken. But anyway, I want to put out a little bit of news. I want to give a huge shout out and a big thank you to Omar Rivero, who is the founder of Occupy Democrats. And that is a big page on Facebook, baby. They got over like 7 million followers on that page. And it's a very popular, everybody knows Occupy Democrats. Omar and I made friends on Facebook. He messaged me and we spoke, and he said he was going to put one of our videos up on Occupy Democrats. He did, and I woke up this morning. It was at 85,000 views. A little while ago, I don't know what it is now, but it was over 125,000 views. And I just want to give a great big shout out and a big thank you to Occupy Democrats for putting our video up on their page and allowing me to be heard by all of their subscribers and followers over there. So I am just blown away by it. We normally on every given day we have a video come out about five. We usually average 5,000-6,000 views on Facebook, and maybe 3,000-4,000 views on YouTube, which I tickled to death with today. Since Occupy Democrats put out that my video, yesterday's video, and I have gained over 500 new followers overnight. So we're over 17,000 followers on Facebook, and 10,100 subscribers on YouTube. Twitter, I think I'm at 5,600 or something. I don't tweet as much as I should. I still got lots of work to do and whatnot, but it was really amazing to see those numbers jump like that, and we really appreciate it, Omar. And You know, it just blows you away when that happens.
We'll all keep fighting the good fight with each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
John, you got a couple of people interested on joining. They're having trouble locating your ID on Skype, so if you want to give them the info again.
It's John Bridwell, ain't it?
You let me figure that out because I haven't used Skype in decades.
Yeah, I think there may be a number or something.
Well, we got, Chris B just tried to call.
Chris B?
Yes. I'm sorry. I think I hit a button. Chris, I'm sorry, buddy. I think, call that back.
No, hang on. I got it.
Okay, Travis has got it. I'm new at this shit. We're going to have to figure all this stuff out, baby. But I wanted to have a program to where we can talk to our Blue Dot family members. And because this family has grown so much, our family page over there at John Bridwell Speaks Blue Dot Family has grown, and there's more members joining over there, more people following that page, and I encourage that because they do an outstanding job. Candy Guidry is over there, and she is doing a bang up job keeping that page going and informative, and she has a whole crew over there, and they are doing a fantastic job. So if you get a shot, jump over there to JBS Blue Dot Family and follow the page, baby. Stay in touch, and eventually we're going to get all the cracks and creeks worked out of this stuff, and we'll be able to do this a little more smoothly. But what's up? You got?
I'm getting there.
Okay, Travis is getting there. What about that other thing?
Yeah, one thing at a time.
One thing at a time, man. Don't push your tech guy. He's the guy that controls everything.
You gotta focus on the content going on the stream. I'm making you look pretty as best I can.
That's it. You make me look pretty like a mud fence, baby. I'm telling you.
I didn't say I was good at it.
I can't do this without Travis's help.
All right, we're gonna add Crispy to the call.
All right, Chris, you got.
Hang on. I just added him to the call. It's ringing.
Okay, we're calling Chris up. Find out what was up. Find out where Chris is from. And what's on his mind. Or her mind. I don't know. That could be a man or a woman's name.
But
Anywho.
So basically put, he's declaring a national emergency now. Why did he, I understand how things ended up, but at the same time, why do I feel like the government shutdown was a waste of time if he was just going to go ahead and declare a national emergency to get what he wants?
Well, he thought he was going to, get his way if the shutdown lasted, but it didn't. Mm-hmm. He lost on the shutdown. He had to back down because a little lady came into the house, baby. Nancy Pelosi, and that is Nancy Pelosi's house, baby, and she will control it. She's got Donnie under her thumb, and I think everybody knows it. You think he's got troubles now? Yeah, it's just getting started, baby. There was news today, or Paul Manafort, he got his deal revoked because they found out he's lying. All the fireworks are going to start being popped off pretty soon, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's going to be entertaining as hell to watch it. It's going to be sad to watch it, is what it really is, because when we get down to all the name calling and all that, this is our country we're fighting for. This is the way we do. Huh?
Can you hand me the iPad?
Oh yeah, look at there. Got to hand some technical advice over there. It's our country, baby. And I've said it before, thanks to Mousy Clark down there in New Orleans, Louisiana, we are the guardians of liberty. And if we don't fight for this, baby, it's going to die, because look what he, every day he goes out there and holds these, I called it a liar's rally. And by the way, thank you everybody for correcting my spelling. When I spelled out a liar's rally, I used an E, I didn't use an A. And I didn't say I was perfect now, baby. I misspelled a word, but thank you for everybody that caught that and let me know. I do have a tendency to write, and I like to think I write well, but occasionally I misspell something. But I never have in my life misspelled the word hamburger. It's just, I haven't gone that far, baby.
How about some hot kovifi?
Yeah, kofefe. Need some kofefe. Or smock. There, where there's some smock, there's a fire, baby. There's smock. There's a smocking gun. He's an idiot. He can't talk. He can barely read. He paid for his diploma from the Wharton School of Finance, and I swear if I was at university, I'd sue him for defamation of their character, because, you know, how can the school be proud of producing such an idiot? You know, he's got a lot of people conned, and that's about all. Yeah, he's going to get a little new fencing. You know, if we just listen to Ted Cruz got a wonderful idea. Why don't we just take El Chapo's money? You know, El Chapo just got convicted, so I think they're going to send him over to the Supermax prison. And Ted Boy there, he thinks we ought to take his money and then build the wall with his money. That's Ted, baby. Ted. Yeah, you seen him growing a beard lately? He's trying to disguise himself. He doesn't really want to be recognized as Ted Cruz anymore, and I don't much blame him. But I have an idea for Ted Cruz. Why don't you stick it up your butt, idiot? That's what comes to mind, buddy. Why not take that drug money for drug rehab? You know, let's take El Chapo's money there and let's just put up a bunch of rehab places to help people who got addicted to drugs. That would be a good thing, a positive thing. Build a wall. Kiss my ass, Ted. We don't want your stinking wall in Texas. Even the Republican congressman from the big district out there out in West Texas, he covers 800 miles of his district. He don't want no cotton picking wall over there. And there we go. Did I hear a sound?
How much of that El Chapo money do you think is going to end up in Russian oligarch hands?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good point.
That's a good question.
That is a very good question.
I think Donnie's into the Russian oligarchs for a lot of money, baby.
Or those oligarch-backed businesses like the fabricators, the steel slat fencing. There's one company in the United States, 1/3 owned by a Russian oligarch.
Go figure. Go figure. I understand that that's the only company that can produce slats that long. And,
correct.
Yeah. So
No shit.
go figure. It's gonna end up supporting somebody in Russia. Ain't that some? I swear you can't turn over a rock around this man without finding a Russian. Yeah. And still, it's gone from no collusion anywhere to he didn't collude. And as we've all discussed before, collusion is not even a crime. It's just a term. The real crime would be conspiracy to commit treason against your country, which I think he's done. I think the first big indication of that was in Helsinki. If you didn't get it then, you're an idiot. You're not seeing what's happening right in front of you. You're blinded by something but Fox Spews comes out, or Rush Limp-Dick or Ann Coulter or some idiot like that, and boy, she's not happy with him signing this thing tonight. You know that, Dennis?
Oh, absolutely. She was steaming, and she wrote him off on that, was it the Bill Maher show?
Yes, yeah. She's not happy with him too, but he's pushed up against the wall. You know, but the wall thing, as I have said before, that's Donnie's issue. That's Donnie's little game there. Whether or not Donnie gets a wall or whether or not the wall is built, it's superfluous bullshit. That doesn't matter. It's the argument for the wall that spurs his little minions, that brings those little cockroaches out, that travel hundreds of miles across Texas just to come see him in El Paso. And it's just for those of us that have a thinking brain that can have conceptual thought. It's just a wonder how he's got 37% of this country, you know, buffaloed, conned, and but that's what he's done. That's what he has done.
Being a Trump supporter, there's nothing more exhilarating than that need to feel right feel like you're putting your opponents in pain to gloat over them.
Oh yes. They like that shit.
And the facts don't matter.
No.
Just like Fox News is entertainment only.
Yeah, I understand Sean Pennity ain't too happy about this deal either. So, you know, but like I said, he's pushed up against the wall. The only thing he can do is declare a national emergency, and it is going to get tied up in the courts, and he knows that. And his people, his Republicans have told him it's not going to work. And but that's besides the point. It feeds that red meat to his base. and his base is the only people that he is trying to govern this country for. He don't give a flip about this side, and oh man, I was looking around. I should have brought it in here. I got a survey from my congressman, my newly elected Michael Cloud. He is my Republican congressman down here in the 27th district of Texas.
Is this a new letter?
Well, no, the one I got the other day. Me and you was reading it. You told me I needed to fill it out. Travis said you ought to fill that out for a show. Read every question, and every question is so geared. It's almost like, how much do you worship Donald Trump? A whole lot, a little bit, more than a little bit, maybe just a little less than that, or no opinion. It's like, well, either you love him or you got no opinion. And there's like, I don't know, 40-something questions on there. I am going to get that and maybe do...
the form for the NRA that came into the mail, too.
Yes. And here's a little kicker. And it's a personal thing. But I remind people every time I tell this story of who the National Russian Alliance, the NRA, the Russian Alliance Association over there. The NRA, baby, I got a letter from them. Well, I didn't get a letter from them. My father got a letter from them. My father was a life member of the NRA. He died in 1979. I think it was somewhere around 1983 when I first wrote to the NRA, and I told them that my father had passed away, and that they no longer needed to send the ballot for the NRA elections and the magazine that came all the time, and then I inquired about the life insurance that the NRA gives their life members that my father never got. Silence, baby. Nothing. I got nothing back from them. You know what I got in the mail the other day? Another letter from the NRA saying, please support our Republican candidates. And it's a election thing like they send out. How many years now that my father has been passed away? And I still get their shit. They don't care if you're a ghost, baby. They want your vote. They want your money. It's send us a donation. Why? Because they need it. Probably for legal defense. They're getting ate up by Russian stories, I understand. The NRA is nothing like it was when I was a kid, when I was growing up. I kind of looked up to the NRA as an association that used to teach gun safety and gun knowledge and everything else, and the way I was raised with guns and whatnot, and a lot of people out in the country are. It didn't take the radical tone that it has nowadays. Nowadays, it does not support your right for a gun, or they are nothing but a gun manufacturing lobbyists. That's all they are. And now we evidently find out there are Russian hacks who would just as soon sell this country out for anything else for the grand dollar to get their man elected at any cost. And that's who I think the NRA is now. But yeah, I appreciate them sending me this stuff over and over and over, like they never read their mail or anything. And it's just disgusting. But yeah, I got the letter from my congressman wanting to know my opinion about everything, and then the letter from the NRA wanting my dad to donate money and to vote for which idiot they want to put in charge over there, I guess, at the NRA now. I guess they're getting pretty desperate. I don't know. They got Donnie Jr. wrapped up, baby, all around their fingers. But I hope the kids of Marjorie Douglas, Stoneman Douglas, are making an impact, and I believe they are.
They absolutely are.
I think so.
Those kids are heroic.
They are. I love to see them come out, and take a stand after that incident, and they haven't quit yet. They're still making news out there. So good for them. They need to push the issue. The
greatest thing about them is it shows just how petty the Republican Party are. It's like they look at them as a threat. These kids,
Yes.
And they are a threat to them because
they are a threat to the Republican Party.
Yeah, because people are listening to them. They got firsthand experience with this shit. None of them people don't. Politicians don't.
Yeah.
Well, not all politicians.
Also, they're tapping into the young vote. They have
Absolutely.
influence.
Yes.
The young vote has never been a factor in any presidential election ever, but I think it's going to be in 2020.
Well, looking back on my life now, Dennis, I almost beg to differ. I think that back when Nixon got booted out, I think the young vote back then had a lot to do with it, or the pressure to get Nixon out, I would say. Maybe not his election, but the pressure to get him out, I think was impacted largely by the youth back then. That's the kind of a thing I want to let people know. You know, for one, we picked up a lot of followers last night, so if you're new to watching me, baby, there's a reason for this beard. After Donnie got elected, I could not believe it when I woke up that morning. It was man, like getting kicked in the teeth, like you didn't know your nation, your country, the one that you served, could turn their back on the values of this country and elect a man like that, a disgusting traitor who was a draft dodger, who has done nothing for this country his whole life except take and bankruptcy after another and all that crap, and then hugs our flag and tells me that he is a great supporter of the military. And that's all he knows is the military. And it sickened me. And I turned on my camera and I started ranting. I haven't stopped. For the first year, I did it every day. I didn't hardly ever miss a day. And after a year, it did wear me out. I had to go to Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And now we're throwing in Tuesdays and Thursdays with the live family meeting here. So we're back to 6 days, 5 days a week. I'm sorry, can't add either. But I didn't shave then. And it got to be just, I didn't shave. And now, for those of you who have just joined us, this is what 2 years of growth looks like on an old man nowadays. And I will shave it off only when we get that man out of our house. And the day I do, we plan on doing it live on the air, baby. So I guarantee you, I promise you, there's a young Robert Redford under this beard, baby. I shave this off, I lose 50 years of age, baby. I'm back to being 20 again. Are you shitting me? Ah! Well, that's the way it is in my dreams anyway. Did we never get...
I've been trying to add him to the call, and I noticed a comment came up earlier asking to call again. I'm just having trouble, like, adding people to this current call, and I'm trying to figure out what the problem is.
If anybody wants to try to give a shot there and jump in, try to call, and we'll try to connect it. Maybe the problem we're having is on our end. So yeah. I can't.
Oh, no, it's for sure in our end, but I think I may have finally.
Well, I can't see the chat. Where's the chat? Who's here anyway? Who is watching us? Who is watching? Terry Martin.
2 people currently watching.
Didn't the House pass a gun bill today? I don't know.
Hello.
Hello. Who do we got?
We got Chris. You got Chris from California.
Chris from California. How you doing, bud?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine this evening. It was a good day for me, buddy. It really was. I woke up this morning and Occupy Democrat shared my video, and boy, it was nice. Where are you now? Where in California you from? Southern?
I'm Northern California. I'm running from roads to wine country.
Oh, near the Napa Valley?
Yeah.
Oh.
Now we're in Southern California.
Oh, we might be getting some feedback on it.
Yeah, we're getting feedback.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of feedback.
Oh, near the Napa Valley?
Yeah. I was having a little trouble hearing you there.
Hang on, we're dipping in and out here.
Yeah, let's try to get the audio. I try to tell people when they call in, if they go to their Skype settings in the preferences, and there's a button there, a little switch you can switch. It's called the automatic mic adjustment. Turn that off, and that'll save.
Try that.
Yeah, it helps a little bit, I think. Or that's what I was told by Tim Cormall. He always tells me, John, make sure that's off. And Tim's been doing this longer, I think, than I have. Tim Cormall does a show every Sunday, the Tim Cormall Show, and occasionally I'm a guest. And on Bob Kincaid, Friday on the Front Porch, I like to drop in with Bob Kincaid, who is a very smart individual, and I just enjoy his wisdom all the time. And
Sunday, Tim Cormall Show, yes. Bob Kincaid.
Still getting some feedback, I think.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix that from here.
we're trying to do a little something here. Gary Sabanka, there you go, buddy. I agree with you, buddy. Stephanie Dean, how you doing, darling? Stay the hell out of the hospital. I'm glad you're here. I'm trying to look at some of the scroll here. Stephanie was in the hospital not long ago. I'm sure. Stay away from there, dear. I try to stay away from them hospitals. I don't trust them in there.
Let's see, Chris, are you still here with us? We're just doing a mic check here.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I
Now we
can
can
hear
hear
you
you.
now,
Awesome.
buddy. That's a whole lot better. Thank you, Chris, for calling in, bub. Have you been up with us for very long, or?
Yeah, I've been there from pretty much the beginning.
Good deal. I appreciate
I
that.
saw
man.
you and I said, this guy is when I first saw you, John, it was like, oh, this guy's in Texas. He must be a Trump supporter. But then I listened to you slamming Trump, and I said, oh, God, this guy's going to be my buddy, man.
I appreciate that. I tell people I'm down here in South Texas. I don't lie. I wore a cowboy hat just about all my life, and it's just who I am. But it's that old thing of don't judge a book by its cover.
I know.
And I like to catch them Trumpers when they'll saddle up next to me down at the feed store or something like that, and they'll run up there and say something nice about Trump. Are you shitting me, buddy? You just opened the wrong door. And
I know.
I let them.
I had on Facebook argue with one of my older cousins with her son, and he was like, he's the biggest Trump supporter, and so is she. And it's like, give me proof, prove it. And it's like,
coming.
Giving a proof. It's going to be proof when he walks out of the courtroom in handcuffs, heading off to prison. You know, I'm going to be right.
And what are they going to do then? Because we can all see this. What was that? Oh,
Log Luan 1 has just subscribed to YouTube. Thank you very much.
there you go. Very much. Travis has little things up here on our screen if you could see us. When people either make a PayPal donation or a Patreon member or buy something will pop up on the screen and let people know. Anyway, Chris, yeah, that's. I'm sorry, I got distracted by that.
That little ding,
That
yeah,
little
I forgot
ding
that
that
was
just
on
came
here,
up
so.
there. But
It's a matter of time, though.
no, I look country, and that's what part of the message I try to put out there is, the thought that everybody that lives out in the rural area or something like that has got to be a Republican and a gun-toting idiot, all that stuff. And it's just not the case. There's a lot of us out in the country that haven't lost our brains, don't believe they're going to take away our cows, stuff like that, man. It's ridiculous.
I don't own a gun, and I barely fired a gun ever, and I don't like them, but I still believe you have the right to bear your own arms,
Well, I tell a lot of people who live out in the country, you have a weapon. Now, I have made it very clear to everybody that anybody who thinks they can come up to my property and mess with my family, and I'm not prepared to defend them, well, they just made a bad mistake. Not that that we, I don't carry my gun around or anything like that, but a lot of people can relate that if you have livestock and Lord forgive, something happens to one of them. I own a donkey, I have a goat. And not long ago, we had a pack of dogs from up the road got loose, and they got into my donkey pen, and they killed one of our goats and the donkey, my sweetie. She's my precious little. She's a miniature donkey, and she was just ripped up, totally bad. And thank goodness we got her healed, but it took months and months to get the wounds closed on her butt, and now she still has a massive scar back there. But if you have to put down an animal, you don't want to wait for that. It tears your heart out. So there are many reasons that a lot of people have a gun, not only for home protection, but a lot of different reasons.
Yeah.
And that's not, we have never said that we want to come take your gun. That's the favorite thing the Republicans like to do. We're coming to get you. Hillary's coming. Obama's coming. You know, whoever the Democrat is, they're coming to get your gun. And it's just ridiculous.
I had that conversation with my dad a long time ago, and it's like Republicans, they're worried about they're going to come get the guns. They said, "Come get me." He goes, "Yeah, that's their big thing. They just got, they're going to come get your guns. They're going to come to get your guns." That's what the Republicans said. You know, they're going to come get your guns.
And it's ridiculous because the only thing we want is sensible gun laws.
Yes.
That's it. Like, you know, I believe everybody has the right to bear arms, but the thing is at the same time, you know, I don't believe anybody should have 100-round magazines.
Yeah.
No. You know, why do you need that for?
You know, the biggest thing I worry about with the guns is it's the love affair with that particular weapon, and we all know what weapon we're talking about. AR-15. That's their thing. That's they want it.
It's basically put this: admit that you love them because you love them. Yeah. And don't make it to be that you're this patriotic. It's your patriotic duty to own an AR-15. It's not your patriotic duty to own an AR-15.
No,
I believe patriotic duty is smart.
It's the love affair with that gun and just off the edge lifestyle that some of them believe in that, and it's just ridiculous. Yeah. I've called out a politician that was running down here. Was it Michael Cloud that I called out?
No, Michael Cloud.
It was
as bad as Michael Cloud is. He was the only sensible Republican there.
That's right. He was. That's probably why he got elected up here.
Oh yeah, the other two were.
Yeah, the other two were.
That was
idiots.
right after Parkland shooting.
Yes, right after the Parkland shooting, they were having a debate down here for a special election for our district because what's his name had.
I don't remember their names, and I'm glad I don't because they're getting banished into history.
He had to retire or resign from Congress. Because of sexual misconduct in his office.
Oh, well, him too, yeah. No, I was talking about the other two. I don't remember their names. They can, whatever.
But we had a guy up there that was telling...
Farenthold. How can you forget Farenthold?
Farenthold. Blake Farenthold. That's the guy.
Who want to have sex with that guy anyways? He looks like a Howdy Doody cartoon character.
You saw the picture. See, anybody... when he was our congressman, it was so pitiful because if you said Blake Farenthold, everybody brought up one picture of Blake Farenthold. And that's Blake Farenthold in some yellow, I think it was yellow rubber ducky pajamas, holding on to a young lady next to him. And he's a pretty hefty guy, and he had a big gap in between his front teeth up there. I swear it looked like something that came out of Mad Magazine or something like that. It just, and she was in
looked like Howdy Doody.
Yes, it did. I am so glad that man was gone. He was an embarrassment. Michael Olguin, he ran against him down here in the 27th district, the Democratic runner.
Michael Olguin? You mean Eric Olguin?
I mean Eric Olguin. I'm sorry. Thank you, Travis. Eric Olguin, which I've had the opportunity to interview a couple times, him and Beto O'Rourke.
He had my vote.
Yes, yes. But as here in Texas, we have been gerrymandered to shit, so it is very difficult for a Democrat to win.
I guess I'm lucky my congressman is not a whack job. At least he's...
Who's your congressman?
His name is Mike Thompson. He's Democrat. Napa, out of Napa, headquarters of Napa.
Napa, man, I'm telling you. Say, when I was about, I was 19 and 20 and 21, I lived in San Jose, California. And some buddies of mine, we always used to take motorcycle trips up through the Napa Valley up to the Russian River to go camping.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so those memories really stick out in my mind. My wife has never been to California. I would love to take her one day. California is like it's like Texas. It's a whole other country, baby. It's a whole other place than Texas. And
the Russian River is probably overflowing right now.
Yes, I understand they got a lot of rain up there. Chico, California is flooding up there. And I saw in Sausalito they had a big old mudslide.
Yeah, our house went down sliding with somebody in the house too. Yeah, I missed it right below it.
Yeah, I seen a rescue on TV a little while ago. Some lady that got caught up in that mudslide. Boy, that was pitiful. we've had a little excitement in Corpus Christi today. We had a I don't know what happened with this guy. They're still investigating. The incident just happened today. The Naval Air Station Corpus Christi, the place I retired from, the Corpus Christi Army Depot, is within the same base. So it's the Naval Air Station Corpus Christi / Corpus Christi Army Depot, and that's where I retired from today. And today, I understand a guy, I don't know nothing about this fella.
This guy apparently carjacked an SUV.
Yeah, carjacked an SUV
off
out
of
on
SPID, and then went to the naval base and
crashed the front gate.
Yeah.
Crashed through the front gate of the naval station. And, of course, base security took chase. Through the base, he tried to go out the north gate, ran another barrier. When he did, he crashed. The SUV caught fire. He got out of the SUV and started running at the security, yelling and screaming. And they thought he had a weapon, or I don't know if he had a weapon or not, but they had to take him down. And they shot him. He had already crashed through the front gate. And
we're getting backfeed again.
You don't do that on military base, man. They have the authority to do that. And
yes. Oh, baby, I'm telling you, you don't crash a base like that, baby. They'll shoot you. I'm surprised they didn't shoot him when he crashed the front gate. They will take you out if you try to do that. Their first assumption has to be that either you have ill intent, and on a base like that, you can't take the chance that somebody has an IED. You know, I was working at the base when the Oklahoma bombing happened, and I guarantee you, baby, things changed after that. You know, it changed heavily for the area that I worked in, because we received packages all the time. We received truckloads of packages, baby, and so it was things were changed, and ever since then, and then after 9/11, when security was upgraded, you just don't do that. You won't. You're not going to be in good shape if you survive it. But yeah, that happened in our town today. So we're waiting to find out just exactly who this guy was and why did he, because he hijacked a car, the SUV from a gas station.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really quick, Chris, sorry, I hit a wrong button. I'm trying to add you back to the call, buddy.
Oh, I didn't know we lost you, Chris. Look at there, I'm running my mouth so much.
No, it was my bad. It just happened. Let's see. Dennis, you're still with us, right?
Yes, sir. I sure am.
Awesome.
Someone just added me. I'm trying to figure out how to add them.
Yeah,
I'm doing so much of that. There's so much of this that I don't understand. I've told Travis, you got the technical part of this stuff. I'm having a hard time coming up with the content that I'm going to try to Well, not really, because I'm motivated every damn time I turn on the TV and listen to some bullshit that idiot's out there saying, or just, you know, it doesn't take much to set me off.
Okay, I'm back.
There you go, Chris.
Awesome. And also, I tried to add Keith Thompson to the chat.
Keith, you out there listening, buddy? Keith was on the show Tuesday. He is up in St. Paul, Minnesota.
I believe so.
I have it over here.
We're seeing if he picks up.
I got to remember where everybody's from. Yes, St. Paul, Minnesota. And Keith has been a Blue Dot family member for a long time.
Yes.
That's what just really encourages me every time is when I think of the family that we have grown here, and that it has reached worldwide. And that is, I keep telling people, I got beer from the Netherlands, baby. From the Netherlands. Somewhere in this little book here, the guy's name that sent me that, I have been sent so many gifts over the last 2 years. How many T-shirts I got?
Oh, geez. So we got like 3 big boxes of them in the back.
I've got 3 huge boxes in there, but over probably 300 T-shirts that every one of the T-shirts that you see me wear on the show has been sent to me by one of our Blue Dot family members, and that's not all, baby. I've received so many gifts, and it's just we're so blessed in that way to be.
Everyone usually leave us.
So Dennis, here's a random question for you, actually, because you're from San Antonio, right? Or you're currently residing in San Antonio, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what's the San Antonio is actually one of my absolute favorite places to travel to.
Favorite place.
Absolutely. What is like the political climate down? It's relatively blue, no?
Oh yeah.
Mostly.
I think San Antonio's pretty much blue.
Yeah, it's peppered.
Peppered, I see.
Most of our cities here are blue.
Because every time I've ever went, I've never ran into any kind of confrontations with any. Not that I'm looking for confrontations with anybody, but it's.
I don't know. You've seen the way he looks. He looks pretty
Yeah.
mean to me. I'd have a confrontation with him. Yeah.
No, just it's a very nice city, and that's one of the reasons why I like it. Because every time I go down there, everybody's just super friendly.
San Antonio has so much to offer. If you've never been there, it is a treat to go. The Riverwalk itself is worth its weight. I'm telling you, baby, it's just beautiful. Especially if you could go during Christmas when it's all lit up, and they have the Christmas parade down the river. Yeah. It's just gorgeous. We're getting a new bridge. That's what we're getting. I want to be around the skyline of Corpus Christi is going to change because we've had the Harbor Bridge, they call it, ever since I've been here, and I've been here since the '60s.
I want to be around the skyline of Corpus Christi is going to change because we've had the Harbor Bridge, they call it.
Okay, I'm hearing somebody.
No, that was feedback from Chris.
Oh.
I'm trying to put a noise gate on that.
Yeah, that's his fault, not mine.
Yeah, sorry. Hang on a second.
My job is to run my mouth. That's my job.
Anywho.
I tried to bring somebody in as well. I'm not sure if they're connected or not.
I think Keith Thompson tried to call.
Yeah, I tried to bring Keith in because he called a second ago, but he didn't pick up. But that's okay. We're going to be here for a little bit longer. I'll bring it up in just a second. I'm just trying to fix Chris B's
the work of the tech
connection.
guy, man. I'm telling you, he's over there controlling everything.
All with a touchpad because my
All
mouse
with a
died,
touchpad because
so
there's
is
still things
painful.
we have. Yeah, there's things we got to do to upgrade. We need to upgrade our internet service here so we can have more content with the video, so we can get everybody's face on camera. But I guess it needs more broadband, more bandwidth. That's what they tell me at the store anyway. You need to pay us more money so we can give you more bandwidth. So, but we're working on it. So.
Let's see here. Yeah, let me bring up the chat for a second.
Yeah, let me see who's here.
We have total 160 people watching at the
Wow.
moment.
We got 160 viewers right now. And hello from Wisconsin, says Charles Schroeder. Buddy, Wisconsin, man, I know that's cold because St. Paul, no, that's Minnesota. Anyway, it's way up there, and I know y'all are cold. Mary Ann McLaughlin had just sent us a letter. She's from Royal Oak, Michigan. She's one of our Blue Dot family members. And she wrote in her letter that she had dropped her glove in the parking lot of where she works there and came back to get it, and it was frozen to the concrete. So, yeah. This hasn't moved, though.
Yeah, I think it's frozen again. I'm going to try to fix that. I think Andy Paguda tried to call a second ago.
Andy Paguda, he does a show called The Filthy Mouth Liberal, and you can find him on Facebook under The Filthy Mouth Liberal, and he does a show. Leo Sahaki, he's the Biker Wisdom guy, he does a show. He goes live all the time. I so encourage people, if you can, if you're so motivated, to turn on your microphone, turn on your camera if you can, if you're pretty like us, and you can find him on Facebook under The Filthy.
We're getting here.
Leo, I'm hearing myself talk.
Wisdom
15
guy.
minutes ago.
Yeah, whoever's in the call, can you please
does.
mute the
He goes
stream
live
because
all
we're
the
getting
time.
a feedback.
Okay, whoever's on the call, we're getting a feedback.
Pretty like it. And
I can hear me talking just a little while ago.
can anybody hear me?
Yes, sir,
There
we
you
can
go.
hear you. Who do we got there?
Randy Curvin.
Randy Curvin, there you go, baby. We know who you are. I was just fixing to call you out. Randy does it.
Feedback. Pretty like it. And
I can hear me talking just a little while ago.
Yeah, you're gonna have to mute your
Can
stream.
anybody hear me?
Yes, we can all hear you, but I think you're going to have to mute your...
Randy Curvin.
Randy Kervin, there you go, baby. We know who you are. I was just fixing to call you out. Randy doesn't.
Randy, can you move away from your speaker, please, because we're getting your feedback.
I can hear me talking just a little while.
Yeah, you're gonna have to mute your
Can
stream.
anybody hear me?
Yeah, we can all hear you.
Yeah, we hear you. Randy Kervin.
Okay, I'm gonna mute him for just a second.
Okay,
Randy, if you can hear us, please move away from the speaker so we can add you back to the call.
We're getting feedback through your speaker, Randy. Every time the voice.
Yeah, we hear you.
Can you hear me?
Okay, Chris B is back.
There you go. Chris is back.
Okay. Randy, if you can hear us, please.
And Chris, if you can you mute your speaker, please, or step away from the stream because we're getting some feedback on your end.
Oh, fuck.
You're okay. You're
okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Chris is back.
You're okay.
Yeah. If you're trying to talk to us, you're gonna have to turn either your sound down on your speakers, or use a headset. If it feeds back into the mic, and then we get a loop going in there, I guess. Technical shit I have nothing to know about.
Okay. John, put my headset on then.
All right.
Yes, that'll be most helpful.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
most helpful. You put a headset on. That's how come you get the beautiful view of me with my headset on.
I'm
So we
trying
don't
to
get that problem
unmute,
here. Randy
Yeah, I'm
Kervin,
trying to-
he does his rants on his page, Randy Kervin, and he uses his voice. And Richard Anderson, these people that speak out, and that's important. I am very lucky to have the following that I have. But when I started this, baby, I got tickled to death when I hit 20. When I hit 20
Yeah, you sound
followers.
great.
All right, who we got?
That was Chris. He was just making sure we were coming
All right,
clear.
Chris, I think we got you, buddy. We were looking for Randy.
Yeah, I'm trying to bring him back,
All
but
right, we're
for some
trying to
reason
get you, Randy.
Skype is not letting me unmute him. It's weird.
Uh-oh.
Dennis, did you add Randy?
Yes.
Okay, I may have to have you do that again because I don't know if I can add him back to the
Let's see if you can
chat.
bring Randy in again.
Yeah, I'm gonna remove him from the call, and then if you can, bring him back.
I think Randy's up in Arkansas, if I'm not mistaken.
I appreciate your help, Dennis.
Oh,
Yeah,
no
appreciate
problem.
it. We're gonna get all this figured out sooner or later. It'll blend as we get along with this little feature of our show. We'll get better at it. I hope. Can't get no worse at it.
Yeah,
can
the
we?
mixer is going to help because then
Yeah.
instead of having to mute them through the computer, I can just bring the
Yeah,
slider
that's
down.
the
bring
big
it
thing
back.
that we're looking for
Yeah.
now is to get a mixer, so every input source will be
independent.
independent, and
and
we
all that
won't
good
have
stuff.
this kind of problem.
That chat's still frozen, so I'm going to try to.
Chat
bring that
is
back.
frozen, so I haven't seen anybody's recent chat.
Yeah, I'm going to try to fix that. Really
Travis is
quick.
going to try to fix that too. Anyway, what else is?
25% of this
Want to make
live
sure
stream has
everybody
been
knows
us
that
trying
today
to
is
fix
Organ
things.
Donor Day, so donate an organ.
I'd like
if
to
you
hear
can.
your thoughts on if Trump does this national emergency.
Well, he's gonna do it. I believe that's what it is. He's got his back up against the wall. He's going to declare an emergency. It'll be taken to court, and it's going to be tied up in court for a while. And he knows that. The question is going
Is
to
he
be
just
how
testing
many.
his limits?
I believe so.
He better. He's playing with a game here. He's setting precedents. What are you declaring an emergency? This has been. I'm sorry, I got distracted again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. Here, can you see that really quick, actually?
Yeah, Travis needs that over there.
Yeah, I need that. Thank you.
Did I get back in?
Yes, sir,
Yes.
Randy. You sure did, buddy. What are you declaring an emergency? Somebody
Trump
else.
himself is a national emergency. We need to get rid of that orange buffoon.
Yes.
He sets precedents with this. There's no national emergency. Everybody sees what he's doing. He's just trying to get his grubby hands on money any way he can to build his little wall, his little monument. And But the precedents he sets, you know, what the next Democratic president come in and we declare a national emergency over gun deaths.
Missouri, y'all.
I'm sorry?
I'm in Kirksville, Missouri.
Oh, Missouri. I'm sorry, Randy. For some reason, I had Arkansas. I talked to Randy Peterson yesterday. I guess that's who I'm thinking of. He's in Arkansas. But the precedent he sets, you know. But Randy, we appreciate you using your voice, buddy. Emergency over gun deaths. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
we're getting feedback again.
We're getting feedback again from somewhere. Oh, Missouri. I'm sorry, Randy. For some reason, I had Arkansas.
Okay, we're gonna bring Randy back once he gets his speaker situation fixed up.
Yeah, Randy,
but,
we're still getting feedback, buddy, on your microphone from your speakers.
But to make a point to what Dennis was bringing up a second ago, I feel like his entire presidency has been a test as to what he'll be able to get away with. And Tibber is a duck. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Thank you for subscribing.
Tiberius Duck has
That
subscribed. We
awesome.
appreciate that, buddy. We need more subscribers. If you're over there on Facebook and you ain't subscribed to YouTube, run over there and subscribe over there, baby. Don't cost a dime. We sure appreciate the number.
But yeah, no, I think it is a test. The question is are we going to be prepared to like take action in case things get more out of hand than they already are? Because things are pretty nutty as are.
I don't put a whole lot past this guy. This man lives on crisis, and he's got his butt up in a crack. And the only way he's going to survive is if there's some major thing going on. And my major fear is that he's going to turn around and try to get us in a war, either in Venezuela or wherever he could get us into, just to distract the shit out of everybody from the crimes he's committed.
And that is the biggest thing, is everything he does.
I don't put anything past this man. He's already demonstrated it. He lies every damn time he opens his mouth, and there's nothing that you can do to trust anything he says. The Republicans are all giddy because of the tax cut he gave the rich. That's what they love him for. Money, baby. It's all about the money on that side.
Yeah.
Let
me ask you this, John.
Huh.
The move that surprised me today is McConnell backing the national emergency.
Yeah.
When he knows at some point the Republicans are going to lose power. They're going to lose the presidency. They're going to lose the Senate.
Well, the Republicans were warning against this. So all of the Republicans are not behind this emergency declaration.
My question is, what do they have on McConnell that's forcing his hand? Because he knows this is not good for the Republican Party as a whole.
Well, there was a deal struck.
Once they lose power.
There was a deal struck because McConnell was against the national emergency. So something today, Donnie gave him something today, promised him something or whatever it is. We'll see in the near future, I'm sure. But McConnell changed his tune after his discussion with Donnie today. So there's a deal worked out there, something, Mitch, he's going to get something.
Well, it makes you wonder.
My theory is it's pay or play. Like, they know he has that oligarch money and they can trace it, so they're like, "Well, support me back, and I'll take care of you. I'll keep you out of jail. I'll give your family a job."
Yeah.
Absolutely. Or a pardon.
Before we go any further, just really quick, Jay Babel, thank you so much for subscribing.
Thank you, Jay. Appreciate it, bub.
Very much.
Very much. Every little number counts, buddy.
Just wanted to get that before we went any further because he popped up a few minutes ago. So that's awesome.
That is awesome. No, I'll tell you what. I'm sorry, I lost my thought again.
McConnell should be in the Mueller investigation too.
It wouldn't surprise me if he already was. Like, who knows who's actually being investigated at this point? Because let's always remember, just like in the follow the money, baby. Yeah.
If we follow the money, you know where it goes. And a lot of that money coming to Mitch, I bet they're going to from the NRA came from Russia.
Absolutely.
I swear every time you turn over a rock, you're going to find a Russian. Every connection, there's a Russian. He has no loyalty to this country at all. I just, he wants to stretch this out another 2 years. That's what he wants to do, and keep his minions, his base, fired up with as much red meat and hate that he can muster, because that's all he's got on that side is hate. Hate this, hate that, hate the color of your neighbor, hate the sex of your neighbor, hate the gender, the nationality, anything, the religion. It doesn't matter. To them, it doesn't matter. So long as they can drive a wedge in there, that's what they're going to do. And I keep reminding people, baby, we're more than they are. Hillary won by millions, baby. It's just a matter of the numbers. The Electoral College sucks, in my book. This is twice we've been screwed by that. And I just soon see him go to the popular vote, baby.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I would. I would rather do away with. It's an antiquated. It was put in place back when the telegraph was the main way of the West getting the news out of Washington. So we went to the Electoral College, so everybody had the opportunity to get their voice heard. But we're not. This is the electronic age, baby. If you don't know it, it's because you chose not to. If you're not informed and you've just chosen not, anybody watching Fox News, you have chosen not to be informed. You choose the ignorance of that.
Everybody had the opportunity.
Oh, there's Keith Thompson.
Who?
Keith Thompson's in the call.
If you're not informed and you just
Keith, can you hear us?
watching Fox News, you have chosen not to be informed.
Hello.
Hello, Keith. Are you there? I'm getting feedback from somebody again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, it's Keith.
Keith, if you're listening, buddy, turn your speakers off or your volume down or.
Yeah, because we're getting some feedback.
Getting feedback.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I think there's a huge delay between, must be either our connection or his.
I hear you.
You got it, Keith?
I'm getting feedback from somebody.
Let's see.
Keith was with us
Tuesday.
Yeah.
With Deborah Gerlach.
With Deborah Gerlach from Delaware.
Yeah.
That's a shirt Deborah Gerlach sent me a shirt from Delaware, and that's what it says. It's Della, and then underneath it says where with a big question mark. Delaware? We know where Delaware is, baby.
Yes.
Let's see. I think there is a lag between us and.
I think we've got a lag because every time I hear feedback, I hear something I just said like about 15 seconds ago coming through somebody's speakers.
The feedback is not.
Keith, are you there?
Let's see.
So we lost Keith and Randy.
Here's a test here. Dennis, are you still here?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. How about
Dennis.
Chris?
I'm here.
All right, Chris, good deal. I thought we lost Chris too.
No, we're just trying to get Keith Thompson in there and Randy.
I turned the speakers down, but now I can't hear you.
Oh, you don't have a headset there, Keith? Yeah, you were coming in fine on Tuesday. We didn't have a problem.
Here's a funny story that I'd see in an anti-Trump group. One of us tries to hide official news that Trump is obese. You can't hide that, fat fuck.
I seen that he's obese, like we didn't already know that.
Or no, I thought it was 1 pound away from being obese.
Oh, was
so
it
it's
1
like
pound?
he wasn't obese. He's just like a pound away from being officially.
Yeah, they lied. They lied.
If he's 239, I'm a $150. Come on, man. He probably weighs just as much as more than me.
I do know he just recently installed a virtual golf course in the White House.
Wait, what?
Yep, he took a whole room of the White House and turned it into one of those virtual golf courses where you could actually swing the club.
So you can't. So he's given up playing golf in public.
Well, you can't be seen in public every day at the golf bribe collection centers he owns, so he has to. Yeah, he had a virtual golf room in the White House now, so he can catch up with his golf while doing all of his presidential duties. You know, all his presidential executive time that he has. You know, sitting on a bed in front of 10 TVs with a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's his executive time.
Yeah.
That's how hard it is.
Eat these hamburgers or whatever you call
Yeah,
them.
yeah, hamburgers. Have a few hamburgers and some chicken and sit around and watch Fox News and tweet shit. That's what he does all day. Aren't we just lucky as shit? And they eat that up, you know. But that's how come I say he's talking to his minions. He's never talking to us, baby. He's never saying nothing to us. We are the enemy to him. Yeah.
Everybody's the enemy to him. It's only about himself, me, myself, and I.
That's it. He's a narcissist, big time. You know, and he's raising one. His son just has recently disgusted me every time little Junior opens his mouth. You know, they're both born silver spoon up the ass with all the money they ever needed. That's who they are. You know,
he's just as dumb as his father.
Yes, yes.
And Eric is no wonder to make cartoons make him out to be like a retard, you know?
Yeah.
See him in Family Guy? That was hilarious. That Family Guy episode.
I didn't see that, I guess. I didn't see that.
Or my cartoon president, they have him as a real dummy. It's funny. That's Stephen Colbert, though. Stephen Colbert does my...
Oh, I love Stephen Colbert. I never miss him. I watch I watch Trevor Noah every night with the Daily Show. I dearly miss old Jon Stewart, but Trevor Noah, he does a great job on there. And then I usually switch over to Stephen Colbert. I at least catch the monologue in the first part before I slowly drift away off to bed. That's about the way I end my day.
He's like one of the executive producers or creators of My Cartoon President. It's always so spot on.
Yeah, I mean, to tell you, man, these people are, you know, but the material is there every day. This administration and Donnie the Boy, Donnie Dictator, he provides as much material as anybody would ever need for their show. Whether you're talking serious news or you're making jokes, this administration has all the material anybody ever needs for every show they ever wanted to do.
I thought it'd be hard to beat, you know, once Bush got out of office, I thought it'd be hard to make fun of the president, but...
Boy, howdy. Now, see, when W came along, I was still working for the Army. I was still repairing helicopters, and when W after 9, no, I'm sorry, that's right. No, I had already retired at that. I retired in July of 2001, so this was right before 9/11, I guess. And Bush had been elected, and I wasn't happy with that. I was not happy at all. I'm a Democrat, but
he stole it just like Trump did.
But like the rest of the nation, when 9/11 happened, we came together in unity, and as we should when a tragedy like that happens, when we've been attacked. And I was with him all the way into Afghanistan. But buddy, when he stumbled into Iraq, are you shitting me? That started the whole mess that we have seen ever since. You know, and it's just blossomed from there. The whole mistake of going into Iraq. There were no weapons of destruction, mass destruction in Iraq. We all knew it. And
my father, you know, he always got the military times on his emails and all that. He says, going into Iraq is the biggest fucking mistake they're going to make. It's going to be a big mistake.
Yeah, and it was. It was a bad mistake, and it cost us dearly.
My father was 27 years Air Force Reserve, you know. The white bird, so.
Well, you know, it's, yeah, for those of us that have served, you know, you don't want to see, you know, you're ready to go and defend your country and stand up for your country and do whatever it takes and follow orders and all that stuff. But we're not stupid either. You're not stupid just because you're in.
And my mother, she was a flight nurse too. My mom was a flight nurse, and she was a classy lady.
Well, good.
But you remember that mission accomplished stunt with Bush on the aircraft carrier? She looked at it. My mom looked at the flight suit. He says, he doesn't even have his flight suit on right.
Yeah. I'm telling you. He was in the Air National Guard down here in Texas during Vietnam, I think.
My dad had the records of him with his superior officers that he's never shown up and all that stuff. So,
Man, I'm telling you, I don't know. You know, I'm not active duty, and I can only imagine what some of our active duty military members think of this guy. You know, he doesn't consult any of the military leaders we have. He flies off the whim.
Trump's smarter than generals. Yeah, you kidding me?
Yeah.
You can't read the,
I know more than the generals. I know more than the scientists. He think he knows more than anybody about any subject there is. And
he can't know jack shit. He can barely read those first grade books.
Exactly, buddy. Exactly. Don't tell me how smart you are if you can't spell hamburger.
Burn spurs.
You know, everything he's done from pulling out of Syria was just he didn't consult anybody, any of the generals on that little decision, and look at the mess that shit caused. He has to back down from all this shit because he's just stupid. He just tweets out whatever he thinks. You know, well, every time he does that, he's trying to appease somebody. It's like when he did the transgender thing, when he declared that no more transgender military personnel could serve, which is an idiotic thing to say. But he was just trying to appease the religious base with that. He was trying to make this little religious base over there happy.
Well, to be fair, though, I mean, also, I think it's also another distraction.
It is. It was. It
I
was
mean,
just
like, because
another,
it came out of nowhere.
Shiny object for everybody to chase. And look at here, the news gets all after it. And I was proud to see there was some transgender military personnel that stood up and were recognized.
Called out his shit.
Called out his shit. He's just ignorant. And you know, I try to stay as much as I can away from religion, but I can't understand how any religious person can support this man. I really can't. I don't know how they can.
We are at just to let you know, we're at a 15-minute warning of it being an hour and a half. We've been doing this today.
Oh, hour and a half we've been doing this. Yeah. I love this shit. I love this shit, and I want to get it perfected.
This is fun, man. This is a blast.
Oh yeah, this is great.
I want to get this perfected. Once we get a mixer, we won't have so many sound problems. We need another microphone so Travis can have his own microphone, so we don't have to yell over each other here to get onto this one. There's just little things that we need, and like I say, that's where our Patreon members come in. That's where
Let's have another 4th of July tradition. Let's have a parade on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Don't we have one?
Let's have one in March. I'll tell you what. We ought to hold a big damn parade when they arrest his ass. When they nail him. When the Mueller report comes out, which I hope it does. You know, we got a new Attorney General today. Barr took over today. He got sworn in, so he's the new AG, and he is now in control of the Mueller investigation. How you like them apples? So he's going to decide just what we hear. And I'm glad to see there's a lot of congressmen and senators standing up saying that they better get the whole damn report, which I believe they need to. You know, none of this need to be.
Absolutely.
Yes, this doesn't need to be swept under the rug. If they don't put this thing out in all its glory, then there will always be a doubt over this man. You know, because right now, baby, I don't have any doubt. You know, I don't have any doubt that he's paid off by Russia, that Russia owns him, that Saudi Arabia owns him. There's a vast, network of people that probably own his ass. You have to remember, he went bankrupt in just about every damn thing he did. There wasn't a bank in the United States that would loan him money. Where do you think he got all that money to do all the shit he did?
I try to tell Trump supporters, this guy is a terrible leader. He can't lead. He's a failure in life. Every business that he operated or started, it's failed.
Yes.
Trump Airlines, Trump Wine, Trump Steaks, Trump University, whatever.
Trump University.
On and on. Everything failed.
That's the kicker, that Trump University. That was just a scam from the word
Trump
go.
Steaks, Trump Wine.
It's like old Whitaker, the acting attorney general. He was in there selling time machines and stuff. You know, he's the guy that stepped into the attorney generals. And I believe he's still got lawsuits going on over time machines or toilets that are built for...
Time machine toilets?
Yeah,
you
time
know, something
machine
just
toilets.
dawned on me.
What's that?
Trump probably watches a lot of Home Shopping Network.
He probably does. Probably get out.
Trump wives.
Trump
Everything
wives.
he tried to sell
Really.
is on infomercials at 3 in the morning.
Oh man, he's marketing his. I mean, the man is nothing but money. That's the only thing that interests him, and he'll sell every piece of this country, be it piece by piece, baby. If it's selling things in the shop, a mega hat or whatever, he's in it. He's in there to get the money, baby. They got marketing all over the place. It's just ridiculous. There's no honor in that man, no integrity at all.
I read somewhere, I don't know if it was on Twitter or Facebook, but some, Trump supporters saying, God bless Trump. He's working for nothing, and he's donating his money, and he's doing that. I said, bullshit. The motherfucker's he's making millions off of us.
I'm telling you, buddy, everywhere. Think of all of his properties around the world, baby. How easy would it be for anybody to, donate or spend an awful lot of money on one of his Trump properties or at Mar-a-Lago or wherever else. People that want to buy influence.
Golf in Scotland are in the red. They're in the down. They're losing money.
And we have Blue Dot family members, and Claire Dines, I think, is in Scotland. I mean, I know she's in Scotland.
His properties are losing money over there.
I wouldn't want to associate myself with a Trump prop. I wouldn't want to stay in a Trump hotel or a Trump anything. The Trump name to me means crap. It means shit. You get Trump. Look at all the people that are associated with that man who are now disgraced. Mike Flynn, a general. This man disgraced and lost his honor working. Everybody that's worked for this man has lost it. You don't walk away from Trump looking shiny and new. The only one that's done that is Scaramucci, and he lasted 14 days? I don't know, 10 days, something like that.
I kind of like that guy. He's kind of funny.
He was on that Big Brother show, I think, or something like that. I've seen him everywhere you go. There's Scaramucci. The guy was only in there for a little while, and
that was a plan.
He's making a career out of this stuff, man.
Oh, did you call it, John? The Trump shit?
It's Trump. It means crap. It means shit. That's all the Trump name means to me. It means a con job. It means that whatever you're paying, you're overpaying a whole lot for it. And that's how come his inauguration committee is under investigation. Any way they can make money, baby, off of this shit, they're doing it. And like I said, selling out our country one little piece at a time. Travis, looking at me. Are we losing time, everybody? We're good.
Let's see. Yeah, we probably should wrap it up. We're 1 hour, 21 minutes in. Almost an hour and a half.
That's what we kind of figured. We'd do an hour and a half. We don't want to bore people. I want to get,
Well, it's like with the internet cutting out, audio glitches, it's like once we get this more solidified and set in stone, we can go for a lot longer.
I want to be able to... The reason why I want a mixer is because I want to have a channel that we can dedicate to Crab's sound bites from the news. Donnie says something. Donnie Jr. says something. Some idiot
Travis.
says something.
Yes.
A thought?
What's that?
Oh, Keith had something to say.
Keith, you there, buddy?
Keith.
We heard you there for a minute, Keith. You had a thought there, buddy. I lost you. Chris, you still there?
I'm here.
All right, buddy.
Have you ever heard the George Carlin talking about who owns America? Have you heard that one?
Who owns America?
Yeah, George Carlin. It says, the corporations owns America.
Oh yeah.
We're not in the club.
Have your folks put in your.
They got us by the balls. And that motherfucker is so ahead of his time in his thinking.
I think I was trying. Keith, I think Keith was trying to let us know something there.
I think there's a lag between us and Keith because throughout the entire night, every time we would say something, he'd chime in a few minutes afterward.
I think we're on a lag with Keith, and we never did get Randy Kervin in, did we?
No, I don't think so. Yeah. Not back anyway.
Yeah. If the best thing to do, if it's possible, and if you have them, is to wear a set of headphones when you call in.
Yeah, well, there's that, but no, this is totally internet right now.
Totally internet.
Totally internet.
I don't know nothing about it. It's technology shit, and I don't have to worry about that anymore because I have a son. I'm familiar with technology, but
We can talk later.
I heard you. We could talk later, Keith. I think that's what I heard.
Yeah, I got that too.
Yeah.
But I guess
I just need to work out some programming things and maybe get people hooked up online before we go on, and that way we can make sure all the audios and everything's fine.
Yeah.
But we want to get this all worked on because I do want this to continue. I want to be able to reach out and talk to people. There's a lot of people out there that have shown an interest in wanting to jump online and talk and whatnot, and that's what I want to encourage, baby. But anyway,
alrighty. So
I guess we ought to wrap it up. Go out there and visit with my wife. It is Valentine's Day, and she is my sweetie. I have several. My wife and my donkey, baby. And
my fur babies.
Yeah, we have a donkey, a goat, 4 dogs, 2 indoor cats, and then I don't know, anywhere from today there was 13 cats on the porch for breakfast. Usually there's anywhere from 15 to 20 cats out there for breakfast every morning. And then my parrot, I have a 30-year-old, well, no, I can't say that. I always used to say 30. He's probably about...
Oh, he's probably 50s by
Probably
now.
50 years old by now. Parrot, Fred, he's my buddy. He sits right next to me at night. We watch TV together. So we have a lot of animals, man. Rather on Noah's Ark out here, I guess. Anyway, I guess we'll wrap it up.
All right, let's thank everybody for coming out here tonight. Chris, thank you so much for calling in. I think you're our first actual caller to the show, or at least the first successful caller to the show.
To the show, yeah.
Yeah,
To
like
call
everybody
it.
else has been pre-planned.
Yeah.
So
we know it can work. We just have to get better at it, Chris. We appreciate you calling in, buddy.
I'm first in something. Yay.
Yes, that's me. This is my job nowadays, baby. I've turned this into a job, and I enjoy it. It's the first time I've done something I really enjoy besides welding. I like to weld. Put my hood down, strike an arc, baby, and I'm good to go for hours. But
alrighty.
Anyway,
so we'll
Dennis?
talk to you soon, Chris, and hopefully we'll talk with you again in the show in the future.
All right, so we're saying goodbye. We're saying goodbye to Chris first.
That's for sure.
All right, well,
Thanks
remember
a lot,
us here, and we appreciate you joining the show, buddy.
All right, take care.
All right, you too. Dennis,
We're out.
I really
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
you being here, bub. Dennis, like I said, comes in with us on Discord. He's on Bob Kincaid when we go on his show. So Dennis is a good friend of ours, and we appreciate him being in the family. And
You got
Glad to
any
be
parting words, Dennis?
any parting words, Dennis? Words of wisdom, buddy.
Oh no, I enjoy listening to you guys more than anything, and if I can get on here and
Thank you,
make a
Blue
little
Dot.
noise,
And
anybody
there's
can get on here and do it.
And there's Keith back there. I heard him thanking the Blue Dot family. So, Keith, if you can hear me, buddy, I'm sure you can. We appreciate you being on the show the other day, and I appreciate you calling in tonight. As soon as we work out all these kinks, maybe our voices can all be heard at the same time. But I want you to know I appreciate you calling in, Keith. And there was another caller that tried to call in that we didn't get
Randy.
through. Huh?
There was
Randy Curvin tried to call in, and we didn't get him. I'm sorry. And there was somebody else that tried to call in, and I didn't catch them.
Yeah, we have to balance it out between how many callers are in at the same time and our bandwidth and the stream and all that other good stuff. So
There you go.
we're gonna make this work eventually. I think we need to get a landline. That would make things.
Landline.
Yeah,
Oh, you got a landline nowadays. Ain't got no landline. They even got a telephone company anymore that sends a landline out? I guess they do.
They
Businesses
have
all
to.
that.
Everybody has a phone in
Everybody
town.
has a
Well,
phone
I
in
guess
their
there's
pocket.
internet phone. Yeah.
Everybody's got a phone in their pocket nowadays. Ain't no landlines hardly anymore anyway. But anyway, Keith, thank you very much for calling in. Dennis, thanks a lot, buddy. You're always welcome. Everybody that in this family is always welcome to call in if you can and talk about the day's events or the weather in your area or whatever it is you want to talk about. And because that's what family does. They sit around and have conversation. Ain't no telling what strange uncle will bring up whatever strange subject you want to talk about. and we're open for it, baby. So with that, I want to say goodnight to everybody and thank you. Happy Valentine's Day again.